Right, so happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody. So I came out and I brought down the clippers, and I was there for ages just chipping away at all this wood. It's all dry, it's all kind of dry. It's still, it just, all the green is on top, so everything underneath this climber was dry. And so I just bit the bullet, put some little match, and because it's all dry anyway, basically it's burnt off all the brown bits. It's going to be a lot easier now to tackle this chain link and posts to remove, and it's after reducing the physical workload, which is always good. So yeah, it's all cleared out now. That's one of the, I found it really invasive. It's hard enough to dig out bamboos. It was here. Is it Bissetii? I think it is. I'm not too sure. Dug it out anyway. I'll use those canes to go around the fruit trees and stuff. There is a Paulownia here. I think I'll transplant that in the autumn. I'll just find a different spot for it. So today I added the Tetrapanax Papyrifera. It's the Chinese rice paper plant. They get these huge, absolutely huge leaves, and it will really look excellent for this kind of jungle tropical look coming down the path. I still have to I'll put the canes around to keep them away from the dogs. They don't take too long. 2 years, they could be hitting 5 feet easy. So these are all the pups that came off the parent plants. That were, there's one here and there was one here. But there's going to be a lot of dense competition for the roots, with the roots over the years. So we're going to see what happens. So they're kind of a clustered pot. So hopefully it'll grow into a multi-stem. Same here on this left side, just alternating the sides. There's another one here, and I put one in here. These were in large pots over winter, and I left them out. I think it's January, February. They got hit with minus temperatures in the Celsius, and there wasn't a single blemish on the leaves. They're really, really. If you have one of these and you're thinking you want to get rid of it, don't dig it out, because they'll just multiply by 100. Don't dig it out. You'll have to spray it. Just kill it off. This is all the Musa Basjou. The tops and the stems gone in. Just mulching the Tibetan bamboo. Now, as a little experiment last autumn, I put down 2 of the pups of the Tetrapanax Papyrifera, and I left them out over winter. One there, and one in here. And I said that I was going to put one of the plastic lids over the top to keep the rain off. I didn't bother, because I didn't really mind losing them. They're dirt cheap plants. Just don't buy them in Clarenbridge Garden Centre out in West Waterford, because you'll get ripped off. So these Tetrapanax, like, they'll put on a foot of trunk in a couple of months if you feed them properly. These are actually going to come out, because I don't want the competition, the leads on this Nikita's gift. The Nikita's Gift, that came in from Promesse de Fleurs in the north of France. It's a bare root tree. They have a website, you can go online and check it out. So I have more plants that I left out over the last 2 months to see what would happen to them, because they're in pots. Pots don't protect. How would they get on with the minus temperatures? I think I mentioned it a few times with the citrus. One of the citrus was pressed up against the plastic and it scorched those leaves, but these leaves have absolutely nothing, no blemishes whatsoever. So I was thinking of, so these are all the ones that have they were the smaller ones, small pots, the Tetrapanax Papyrifera. So this is what happens when you chop out or dig out an adult plant or a plant that's 2 or 3 years down on the ground. They multiply like crazy. I've even killed off some of it over there, the right hand side of the field. Yeah, so if you do have one and you want to move it, don't dig it out. You'll just have to spray it and kill it off and get another plant. Otherwise it'll become invasive. So don't, and when you're transplanting them out of the pots like I've done this morning, don't disturb the root ball or the roots. That triggers like an action reaction to, it's obviously a survival mechanism to spread and develop new plants. So all these small ones are actually going to go down into the wood. I was thinking of bringing in Scheffler Taiwaniana for the wood, but I'm not going to, because these will have the effect, that jungle effect that I'm looking for anyway. I have Tetrapanax. This is the biggest one. Here's the very first one. That was the first stalk when I had it up at the patio. Took it up and that was about 4 feet. That died, and then this one came up, just a single trunk. It went to seed, but we can just see all the tops here, the trunk here. Yeah, I'm not going to do anything with those seeds. So I've put in, I know I've put a few in here. There's one there. That was a small plant, just been left out all winter, zero protection. And look how healthy and fresh, clean, and vibrant. I suppose I could put one in here. This is where that invasive bamboo was, so I could put one here. It'd be nice to have that, the 2 columns with the leaves coming through the leaves to come down this path. Might stick another 1 or 2 in here. I could put 1 or 2. Yeah, there's plenty of space on this pathway. Here's one here, it's been out all winter, another small plant. It's doing excellent. Usually when the plants get up to this size and the dogs, they just stay away from them and they don't go near them. So I think I'll put a few more down this side. I have enough over the far side now. This looks like a good spot. Yeah, so what I'm trying to create on the sides is like a tunnel, jungle tunnel, where you have to meander your way down into the wood. dog is bold. He's always up to mischief, which is, I think, is good in the dog. Yeah. Yeah. You're a good boy. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Right, so I've just seen this is one of the invasive bamboos. I got these for free off the neighbour. 12, 13 feet. They get a lot bigger. The cones get a lot bigger. So I think it's Besetti or something. So I'm going to take this out and I'll use the canes then to protect. Watches. He watches everything I'm doing. Okay, so I'm after putting the plants down on the opposite side now, just putting the canes around them and get them watered in. Right, so you can start to see further on, since I burnt out the climber there on the chain link, and the chicken wire that was running down here as a barrier. I've pulled that out and it's starting to look a bit better. So I can start removing the chain link, take out the posts, open up the space. It's looking a lot better. And I've just pulled out all the chicken wire that was running through here as a barrier. So I have a lot of mess here in the middle. I'll be using the chainsaw for whatever I can't mulch, I'll use for the fire. That's it for today.